Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone.
Waalaikumsalam
Good
warahmatullahi
morning.
wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss.
Miss, how are you guys today?
Fantastic, Miss.
How are you?
Okay, I hope you are in good health, okay? And keep your spirits up to take my English lessons today, okay guys?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Before we start the lesson, let's pray first. Pray begins. Amin. Okay, are you guys ready to receive my material that I will give today?
Ready, Miss.
Ready? So,
Before that, I will check your attendance for today. I'll call your name by one, yes?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Muammar Kadafie, are you here?
Present, Miss.
Okay. Alfiah Nur Jusar,
present, Miss.
Ariska,
Present, Miss.
Tiara Pramudhita,
Present, Miss.
Emanasi Nous, Qanaah.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Complete ya.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So, today we will study about recount text. If previously we learned about descriptive text, which is we discuss about the structure, language, and social function of descriptive text. Are you still remember? Do you still remember that what descriptive text is?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Please. Okay, Amar, can you answer my question?
Okay, the definition of descriptive text. A descriptive text usually focuses on describing a single location, object, event, person, or place. It endeavors to engage all five of the reader's senses to evoke the sights, sounds, smells, taste, and feel of the text subject. That's it,
Okay,
ma'am.
good job. Good job, Amar. So what the general structure of descriptive text? Anybody want to answer? Silakan siapa yang mau menjawab? Apa struktur generic structure from descriptive text?
There are two, ma'am, miss. Identification and description.
Okay, good job, Amar. Okay, today we will learn about rubric context. Before that, I will tell you about what the purpose we want, what the purpose that the rubric context we want learn. Tujuan dari pembelajaran hari ini tuh apa ya? Jadi tujuannya itu I want to you observation of the videos that I give, and you can classify the social function, structure, and linguistic elements of the context correctly and precisely.
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
Jadi tujuan pembelajaran kita hari ini adalah kalian bisa mengklasifikasikan fungsi sosial, struktur general, sama kebahasaan dari recount text.
Hello students, how are you today? Hopefully you are fine. Now, I would like to explain about the material for today. The material is about recount text. There are several things that we are going to learn. The first is definition. Second is purpose. Third is examples. Fourth, generic structure. And the last is analysis of recount text. The first is recount text. What is recount text? Recount text is a text which retell events or experiences in the past. Students, if you want to retell about your holiday to your friends, you can use recount text. Next is purpose of recount text. The purpose is to inform or to entertain the audience about experiences in the past. Students, the reason why you want to tell about your experience or event to your friends is it to inform them, right? That is the purpose of recount text. Third is example of recount text. Can you see the text here, students? Please try to read it carefully. Fourth is generic structure of recount text. This is the previous text that I'll show you. Let's take a look here. The first paragraph is orientation. Why? Because the writer in this paragraph provides the setting and introduces participant. And the next paragraph is events. Why? Because the writer tells what happened in this paragraph. And the last paragraph is orientation. Why? Because the writer gives a comment to the story. Actually, reorientation is optional. You can create orientation in your text or not, depends on you. Next, I would like to explain about language features of recount text. The first is using simple past tense. Second, using chronological connections such as then, first, and second. Third is introducing personal participants such as I and my group. Fourth is using linking verbs such as was, were, and heard. And the last is using action verbs such as look, go, and change. Okay, students, this is the last section for this material for today. You can see the different color that I changed in this section, right? I made a different color to make you easier to know language feature of this text. Is it clear, students? Alright, I think it's enough for fully material easily. Have a great day, students. Thanks for watching and bye.
Are you done? Are you have done with the videos that I gave you? Do you remember what the videos talking about? What is recontact?
Detail about experience, ma'am.
Good job, Emanasi. Okay. What the generic structure of recontact?
Orientation, events, and orientation need.
Good job, Tiara. Okay. What the language feature that the recontext use? Language feature. Siapa yang mau jawab?
I wanna try to answer, ma'am.
Oke, silakan Amar.
The language features from recontext introducing personal participant. Number two, using chronological connection such as after that, then, and first. Number three, using linking verb
Yeah.
such as was and were. Number four, using action verb such as took, swimming, walk, and buy. And the last is using simple past tense, of course, such as visited, went, arrived, was, and etc. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, do you have a question, guys, about the recount text? Apakah ada pertanyaan untuk
Uh,
materi hari ini?
No, Miss.
No, Miss.
Miss, bisa di ini
Yes.
enggak PPT video yang tadi about recount text
Wait a
yang
minute.
terakhir.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Oke, Miss. Sudah kelihatan. Hilang lagi, Miss. Miss, I wanna ask. Di sini kan ditandain sama warna ungu. Itu cara membedakan kalau ini language picture masuknya kemana itu gimana, Miss?
Tadi itu I had woke up itu masuk ke simple past. Simple
Oh,
past.
jadi intinya tuh yang terjadi,
Guys know
yang sudah terjadi ya, Miss, di masa lampau ya.
yes, yes, that's right.
Oke, Miss, thank you.
Apakah ada yang masih ingat simple past itu rumusnya apa? Rumus dari simple past apa?
Subject plus verb to, ma'am.
I want you to make a group. In a group, you have two people. Cuman karena ini kalian ganjil, jadi ada yang 3, ada yang 2 orang ya.
Oke, Miss.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, I will give you text of recontext and you analyze about the structure, generic structure, social function, and language features of the text. Okay?
Oke, Miss.
Okay. The presentation will you delivered with Microsoft Word and you share screen in after 15 minutes. I give you 15 menit kalian diskusi, terus kalian nanti presentasikan di sini lagi. Oh ya, jangan lupa ya diskusinya tentang generic structure, social function, sama language feature yang tadi saya bilang.
Oke, Miss.
Miss,
Thank you, Miss.
teksnya bisa kita cari sendiri juga nggak, Miss?
Iya, kalian cari sendiri juga. I want you to search one recount text, tapi nggak boleh sama ya. I want you to search one recount text, but different from other group.
Oke, Miss. Thank you.
Okay.
Oke, Miss.
Okay.
Ini bisa dimulai, Miss?
Sudah bisa dimulai.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 1. Will presentation the recount text under the title Visiting Bali. Last holiday, my friends and I visited Bali to spend our holiday. We went there by airplane in the morning. We arrived at Ngurah Rai Airport in the afternoon. It was our first experience actually, so we were very excited when we arrived there. We stayed at a big hotel around Kuta Beach and took a rest for a while. After we took a rest in the hotel, we had lunch at the restaurant near the hotel. The foods were delicious. After that, we walked around the beach, played volley, and we were swimming while waiting for the sunset. When it set, the view was very beautiful. Then, in the evening, we had dinner at a restaurant in the hotel. They offered seafood. It's delicious. After our stomach was full, we went back to the hotel room. We sat on the balcony of the room with the beautiful sightseeing around it. After a long time, until we felt sleepy, we went to sleep. In the morning, we prepared to go to Singaraja. It is a city of about 90,000 people. It is a busy but quiet town. The streets are lined with trees and there are many old Dutch houses. The next place we visited was Ubud. It was not to see the scenery but to see the arts and the crafts of the island. The first stop was Batu Bulan, a center of stone sculpture. There we watched some young boys were carving away at big blocks of stone. The next stop was Celuk, a center of silversmiths and goldensmiths. We went back to the hotel in the evening. Even we were tired, we never forgot to go to the beach to see the view. The next day, we spent our day by doing some activities around the beach. We went swimming, surfing, playing ball, even had lunch there. And then, the next day was our last day in Bali. So we didn't forget to buy some clothes, handicrafts, even souvenirs for our parents, brothers and sisters. We checked out from the hotel in the afternoon after having lunch and then we got ready to go back to Jakarta. Oh my god, it was such a wonderful experience I've ever had. Okay, that's from me. The next material will be delivered by Emanasi, Nous, Qanaah. Thank you.
Generic structure. Pertama, orientation. As we know that this part state about the introduction including participant and tells the reader the main idea of the story being discussed in the text. Yang kedua, events. In this part, the story starts from a very early stage, that is to say, the story develops based on the sequence of the events. Dan yang terakhir ada reorientation. In this part, the writer summarizes the story and tells his or her impression of the experience that was has been elaborated. This word is shown on the last paragraph. The next delivered by Alfiah Nur Jusar.
The feature A. Introduction personal participle. A. My friends and we. B. Using chronological connection after that then first. C. Using linking verb was and were. D. Using action verb took, swim, walked, by. E. Using simple past tense, visited, when, arrived, was, done.
Sekian, Miss. Maaf, Miss, tadi ada kendala sinyal. Miss-nya udah keluar, guys. Mungkin bisa dilanjutkan dengan kelompok 2 dulu.
Okay, wait. Okay, sorry. This is the recount text from group 2. The title is Dear Diri. I will still smile now when I remember the moment. My head was stuck between the bars of a hotel balcony when we had a vacation. There were many people who helped me to get my head out of the bars. Ini adalah bagian dari orientation dari recount text. Selanjutnya adalah bagian dari events. Dimulai dari it was happened when I was about 5 or 6. My parents took us to a beautiful beach to spend our New Year holiday. We stayed in a hotel not far from the beach with my cousin coming along. At that time, I was walking around with my brother and my cousin, and I could not see the pool over the gate because we were on the third floor. My brother and my cousin kept making fun of how I was too short to see over the balcony. I was so furious because they made up things that they could not only see the pool but also the beach. So I stuck in the bars. It was panic because I could not get my head out of it. Even my brother had to call the maids in the hotel to cut the gate and get my head out. There were three maids who helped my head out of it. Dan bagian dari reorientationnya adalah when we met, they still laughed at me about that. How embarrassing it was. The generic, the language feature and social function will deliver by Cindy Ariska.
Okay. The language feature A. Introduce personal participant. I, my brother, my cousin, and we. B. Using chronological connection. At the time. C. Using linking verb. Was. D. Using action verb. To, say, cut, help. A. Using simple past tense like to, spend, and etc. 3. Social function to tell writers past experience about stuck between the bars of a hotel company. Finish.
Okay, Miss, that's all of our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, good job. Good job, guys. Okay. Hmm, okay, this is the end of our material. I will make a summary of the material today. So, what the recontext is, what is recontext? The recontext is report, tell, share experiences, and set an example. Be proud, and the structure of what the structure of recontext is orientation, sequence of events or activities, and reorientation. And then the feature of language that the context is declarative and interrogative sentences in simple past, past continuous, present perfect, and others as needed. Time conjunctive adverbs first, then, after that, before, when, at last, finally, and exercise. Okay, the next is timing adverbs and propositional phrases. And singular and plural nouns with or without the, this, those, my, their, etc. And then speech, word stress, intonation, spelling, function, and handwriting. I think uh, that is from the summaries from the lesson today. Okay, you guys have a good job for make a presentation of the context. And then for the next meeting we will learn about the context of biography and history text. Okay, I get what I say.
Yes, ma'am.
Jadi minggu depan di next meeting selanjutnya kita akan belajar tentang differences and similarities of the biography and history text from their context. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I think enough for today. Uh, please pray before I post in the class. Say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Thank you for joining me in the Google Meet and see you next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, stay healthy, guys.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, morning everyone.
Morning, sir.
How are you today?
Good, sir.
Okay, before we start our lesson today, I will check attendance of your class. Okay, listen carefully. I will call you one by one. Dilla Rahmawati,
Present, sir.
Ariska, Emanasi, Nous, Qanaah,
Present, sir.
Oke, Alfiah Nur Jusar. Tiara Pramudhita. Oke, Tiara juga belum join ya. Oke, mungkin kendala sinyal ya. Kita tunggu aja nanti mereka join. Oke. Let's pray together. Finish. Today we will learn about recount text. Okay, first I will share my screen. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first I will share my screen. This is PowerPoint of recount text material. The first is definition of recount text. Any volunteer to read?
The text that telling the reader about one story, action, or activity, or a text which returns event or experiences in the past. Writers should remember that while the purpose is to retell, they still need to craft their retelling to be interesting to the reader.
Okay, good, Dilla. So there are kinds of recount. So the first, there is personal recount. The second, factual recount. The third, imaginative recount. And fourth, historical recount text. And the last is biographical recount. Let's continue to the generic structure. The first, orientation. The second, series of events. The third, reorientation. Language features. Oke, seperti definisi tadi, kalau recount text itu menggunakan simple past tense. Use past tense to retell the events. Nah, this is it of example of recount text. Vocabulary ini bisa kalian kembangkan untuk membuat sebuah recount text. Any question so far?
No, sir.
Okay, if there is no questions, please all of you individual to looking text recount about historical recount and biographical recount. You classification the generic structure of the text, write key vocabulary, tulis key vocabulary-nya yang ada di dalam text recount yang kalian cari. Silakan diketik di Word, nanti bisa dipresentasikan di sini. Silakan kalian pilih mau historical or biographical recount. Okay, students, have you finished what you work?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay. I wanna the first presentation. Dilla Rahmawati.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. Can you see it?
Yes. Have seen. About what it is? Historical or biographical? What kind? Dilla?
Historical recon, sir.
Okay.
So this is about a proclamation of Indonesian independence. The orientation from this text is the proclamation of Indonesian independence was read at 10 a.m. on Friday, 17 August 1950 and 1945. Eventsnya, the declaration marked the start of the diplomatic and armed resistance of the Indonesian National Revolution, fighting against the forces of the Netherlands and pro-Dutch civilians until the latter officially acknowledged Indonesia's independence in 1949. The Netherlands declared that they had decided to accept de facto 17 August 1945 as Indonesia's independence date. The United Nations, who mediated in the conflict, formally acknowledged the date of Indonesia as 27 December 1949. The reorientation from this text is the document was signed by Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta, who were appointed president and vice president respectively the following day. The Cape vocab was read, marked,
Read,
armed,
read ya.
uh,
Was read ya.
was read, marked, armed, acknowledged, had decided, uh, mediated, was signed, and we are appointed.
Okay.
Then
So the second presentation. CD.
Kelihatan, sir.
Yes.
The generic structure. 1. Orientation. Kurt Cobain was the lead singer and the creator of an American grunge band called Nirvana. Series of events. When Cobain was 8 years old, his parents divorced. In 1986, they formed a grunge band named Nirvana. However, the popularity was intimidating to Cobain. The orientation. When Cobain was 8 years old, his parents divorced. In 1986, they formed a grunge band named Nirvana. However, the popularity was intimidating to Cobain.
Cobain. Okay.
Cobain.
Yes. Have done.
Yes, sir.
No K vocabulary. Okay, nothing vocabulary ya. Okay, thank you for your presentation. Oke, mungkin so far sampai sini sudah bisa ya mengklarifikasikan the definition of recontext, the generic structure, language feature, and key vocabulary. Okay, a little bit I will review what is recontext, all about recontext. Okay, listen carefully. Okay. Recontext is a text which retells event or experiences in the past. Jadi intinya teks recount itu menceritakan sebuah kejadian yang terjadi di masa lampau atau pengalaman yang terjadi di masa lalu. Untuk for generic structure of recount text, there are three. Oke, silakan diingat-ingat. There are three generic structure. The first orientation, the second events, and the third reorientation. Orientation sendiri, it gives the readers the background information needed to understand the text, such as who was involved, where it happened, and when it happened. Event sendiri itu a series of events ordered in a chronological sequence. And the last, reorientation, a personal comment about the event or what happened in the end. Okay. Purpose of recount text is to retell past experience. Okay. Okay, the last is the characteristics or language features of recount text. Using the simple past tense, using temporal sequence, focus on specific participant, and using action verb. Kita cukupkan hari ini pembelajaran kita mengenai recount text. Oke, semoga kalian sehat selalu. Always keep healthy. Oke, terima kasih yang sudah join. Oke, sekian dari saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.